What's going on, guys? Cultimush back at it with another video. And a lot of my lower budget builds, whether it be a $400 build, a $500 build, or a $600 build, I always see comments of people saying, why would anyone ever build a PC for this price? If you're not building a PC that's at least $1,000 or more, you shouldn't be PC gaming at all, go buy a console or something to that effect. And these people would say you're not going to get the performance you want out of your PC, or you're not going to get the graphics you want out of your PC, and while they are true to an extent, yes, if you buy a $500 build, you're not going to be maxing out every game at 1080p, getting 60 frames per second. You're not going to have Geralt of Rivia look cool as fuck in The Witcher 3. Yes, that's something you just have to accept if you are trying to buy a PC on a budget. But I don't agree with these people that say that building a PC on a budget is bad, or that you shouldn't do it, or that you should just buy a console. I don't agree with that at all. I've beaten this story to death, but for those of you that don't know, I started off as a budget PC gamer. I had an HP Pavilion desktop that I would use for all my schoolwork, check emails, watch the occasional YouTube videos, things like that. At the time, I think I was 14 years old. It was 2011. There was a Radeon HD 6670 that came out. It was a really low-end AMD video card, and you wouldn't even need external power from the power supply for that GPU. And I think that GPU was around like $90 to $100 at that time, and my HP Pavilion was like $400. But you know, they overcharge the hell out of you whenever you buy one of those pre-built computers, so the real worth of my gaming PC at that time was like $350 to $400. But it was like 2011, 2012, I was still playing a game like Skyrim at 720p and 30 frames per second, and that's comparable to a console. Now yes, while that is comparable to a console, I think what a lot of people get twisted is thinking that performance and graphics is the only benefit to PC gaming. Which that's not true at all. Because I was playing Skyrim on a PC, I was able to use mods, I was able to play with a keyboard and mouse, I was able to get the game really cheap during one of Steam's sales. There's a lot of other benefits to gaming on a PC than just graphics and performance. And let me tell you guys, that PC back in 2011 was garbage. A $500 PC today will perform much better than a 6670 and that Intel Core i3 I had at that time. Hell, in a $550 to a $600 PC these days, you can fit like an R9 280 in those builds, and you can do really solid 1080p gaming at that point. And yes, you won't be maxing out all the higher end games like Witcher 3 at ultra settings and getting 60 frames per second, but you can play that game at high settings and still get 35 to 40 frames per second, which is much better than the console. And I just played Witcher 3 on the PS4, and trust me guys, that a $500 PC is going to play Witcher 3 much better than what it plays on the PS4. The PS4 version of that game runs at 30 frames per second, but I've noticed it dip a lot. Like, it goes as low as like 14 frames per second, it feels like. But I'll tell you guys another story. Just because you start off with a budget end PC doesn't mean you're locked into it for life. Like I said, my first PC was pretty much an i3 and a Radeon HD 6670 of that HP Pavilion garbage-ass PC. Eventually, I upgraded that Radeon HD 6670 to a GeForce GTX 660 Ti. I bought a new power supply. I was still using that HP Pavilion chassis though. About a year after that, I decided to buy a Cooler Master Half 912. I got an Intel Core i5, a new motherboard, still used the GTX 660 Ti, and still used the same power supply. You see where I'm going with this, guys? Now that PC is an i5 and a GTX 970. It's got a lot of nice parts in it. It's not amazing by any means. It's like a $900 PC, but it's like a goddamn Pokemon. That PC started off as like a Charmander in 2011, and now it's kind of like a Charizard. That's the great thing about PC. Even if you start off on a budget end PC, you always have options to upgrade. If you're getting a PC with an Intel Core i5, yeah, you can upgrade to an Intel Core i7 in the future. If you're getting a PC with a Radeon R9 270, yes, you can upgrade to a GTX 970 in the future. You can get a new case. You're never locked into anything. So if you do want more performance in the future, the option is always open. But if you start off with a $500 or $600 PC, you're still going to be able to run games at 1080p fairly well. Like I said, Witcher 3 at high settings at around 35 frames per second, for a lot of people, that's really good. And if you ever do get that itch, oh man, I want more performance, I want to go for a GTX 970 or whatever, you know, crazy NVIDIA GPU is out at the time, the option is always open. That's the great thing about PC. PC gaming is open to everyone, whether you have $500 in your bank account or whether you have $1 million in your bank account. Go buy a PC that suits your needs. Go buy a PC for $500. Like I said, you're still going to be gaming really well, and you're never locked into it. That's the great thing about PC. So thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope I cleared some things up, and I hope I motivated some of you that are on a tight budget to, you know, get the $500 or $600 and get a new PC. If you guys have requests for future videos, as always, leave them in the comment section down below. And as always, have a great day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.